Hello, welcome to Session 4 of JA Economics for Success, our 2013 edition. For this lesson, you're going to need the JA Volunteer and Teacher Guide. You're going to need these posters, Keeping Your Balance sheets, and these are career cards. Please take your volunteer and teacher guide and turn to page 24. Okay? The name of this lesson is Keeping Your Balance, and page 24 lists your overview, your objectives, the preparation, what you need to do to get ready, the recommended time, and the materials you'll need. Your actual presentation begins with the presentation bold print on page 25. You're going to introduce them to some terms during your introductory session. Basic vocabulary for this lesson are expenses, income and net income, gross income and net income, and opportunity cost. Introduce those in a very natural way. They may have some questions about that, so be prepared to answer those. The activity for this lesson is a shopping experience so that they are learning to live on a balanced budget. So, before you begin this lesson, you're going to take these, we call them posters, and put them at various places around the room. So go ahead and do that before you begin the lesson, because the students are going to be going in groups to the different areas. So you want them spaced out in such a way that there's room to move between them. Give each student one of the Keeping Your Balance sheets, and randomly give each one of the students one of these career cards. I've taken two off here so that I can show you. You'll need to disconnect them because they're perforated. So disconnect them before the class begins and randomly hand out the cards. If I were one of the students today, I would be an air traffic controller. I got lucky. I have a net monthly income of $5,800. So I'm going to do really well when I do the budget game in a minute. But the person sitting next to me just drew a carpenter card, which is a fine profession, but they're going to be groaning a little bit because their net monthly income is $2,300. So you can tell immediately that there's going to be some variations in what the kids can choose to do. So let's look at this a minute. Keeping Your Balance, you're going to read the front part of this with them and then have them turn to the budget planner on the inside. With this lesson, if you have classroom calculators available, I suggest you hand them out. You may need to instruct some of the students in how to use them, and that will take another minute, so be prepared for that. With their card, they're going to use the card that you've given them. I've got the carpenter card in my hand right now. So if I were using that one on the occupation line, I would write carpenter, and then I would fill out how much I make a month, my net income. Be sure to explain to the difference between net and gross to the students. Then you'll see on our budget sheet that the first blank column here is for them to put a suggested amount, and we tell them how to do that in column 2. So they're going to do a little bit of math percentage-wise to do the suggested amount. Then after that, you're going to ask them to take this sheet and walk around the classroom to make decisions at the various posters. So let's say that the first poster I come to, I've already held up entertainment, so I'm going to hold up another one for you, is clothing choices. Well, if I am the air traffic controller with that great income, then I might be able to afford to go to a designer clothing and spend $400 a month. But we have to do this based on our income, and if I'm the carpenter, I probably can't afford $400 a month. So each student is going to have to choose one of these as they walk around the room. And they'll make choices about where they're going to live, what kind of car they're going to drive. So it's a great opportunity for you to help them, guide them, Let them know that there are other alternatives rather than the Ferrari for them to drive. So they will do this and then add how much they've spent. And this is where you talk to them about balanced budget, that we can't spend more than we take in. Be sure that you reserve enough time to bring the activity back together as you summarize your lesson. The kids get very excited about this activity, so sometimes it wants to, the time just flies away from you. So watch your time with this activity. You're going to have a great time. The kids love this activity. Thank you so much.